Hey guys, how we doing? Thanks for joining me once again for yet another video from my kitchen. These kitchen videos I do seem to be getting quite popular. What I'm going to talk about today is something a little bit sensitive that I haven't spoken about before, and that's being alone, depression here in Bangkok. And one of the biggest questions I get asked here by guys who want to move out here is, how do you meet friends? How do you meet people in Thailand? I'm not a drinker, not me personally, them. I don't drink alcohol. How do you meet friends here? So what I've done, I've thought about it, I've researched it a little bit, and as always, I've put together a bunch of bullet points that I'll be referring to, but I will talk from experience, and I'll give you what information I can on this subject, which is quite a serious subject. I do know guys, plenty of guys who come out here with the big expectations that they're gonna live their life in the sun. And unfortunately, after the first sort of 3 to 6 months, the veneer kind of comes off, and all those party nights and the girls and all the rest of it. You know, these are the drinkers, but even guys who come out here who don't drink, it's even more of a problem for them, because it is very hard to meet friends if you don't know how to go about it. So just before we get into this video, really quickly, 2 things that always get mentioned when I make my videos in the kitchen. Number 1, why have you got 2 microwaves? It's simple. When you make a meal, that's all the components have to be microwaved, which isn't very often for me now. It just made the process a lot quicker. Okay, so that's answered that one. And the second one is, people say, well, you're in a 51 square meter apartment. Why is your kitchen so small? It's not. I'm in a corner. The kitchen goes right over to the other side. It's more than double what you see on screen. Okay, I hope that's solved those 2 questions for everybody.
สวัสดีค่ะ
All right, so first of all, on this subject of meeting people, you come to Thailand, how do you go about it? The first thing I want to tell you is you're not alone, okay? When you come out here, a lot of people feel a bit lonely. Even myself sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I'll really put my hand on heart and be completely honest with you. I was with a family. I had my Korean wife. I'm separated now, divorced. I was with her for 33 years. If you're a regular to my channel, you know that. When my kids were growing up, 24 and 27 they are now. So I was always used to having somebody around me, even if the kids were in their, I say kids, you know, young adults, even if they were in their rooms and they were playing on games or their PCs or whatever they were doing. You know, my wife had been, we had separate bedrooms by this time, watching her Korean TV dramas. I could always hear something in the background. You know, there was always somebody flushing the toilet or running up the stairs. And then when you're suddenly thrust into a situation where you've left all your friends behind in your own country, and you see now I'm in my apartment, I'm on my own, 2 rooms. It's a Sunday afternoon, it's very, very hot, I'm not going anywhere, I've got nothing to do. A lot of the guys who I know have gone back to the States or back to Europe. It can get a little bit lonely, I'll be honest with you, it can do. But what's kind of saved me from it is having a YouTube channel, because guys contact me and, you know, they want to have lunch or have a few beers. And I've built up a nice community of friends now because of this. Some guys have become good friends. Other guys, they come, I meet them once and I never see them again. Okay, all right, so that's the basis for today's video. You're not alone. So I'm going to go through everywhere where you can meet people. So let's look at the scenario. You've sold your house, you've brought your cash over here, you've got your apartment, wherever it is, in whichever city it is. Obviously, if you live very, very rural, then it's a lot more difficult. You've got to be, you know, near to some foreigners if you want to meet friends. And Thai people as well. I'll talk about meeting Thai people as friends as well. So one of the best ways to meet people is any kind of clubs. You could join a gym or a sports activity. So now I'm talking for guys who come out here and they're non-drinkers. They don't want to go to bars, okay? And they want to meet people, okay? Fitness centers, swim pools, or even just the outdoor areas. Now, when you go to the great thing about here, the parks, they have free equipment that you can use, you know, not weights, but cardio equipment. And there's, you know, you get some girls there and some Thais, and a lot of foreigners use these, and there's parks all over, especially Bangkok. These kind of activities, or if you go and play pickleball, I'd never heard of that before. That's an American saying, pickleball. It's basically, for the English who've never heard of it, it's like a smaller version of a tennis, so a smaller bat and a smaller court. You know, but any kind of club like a gym, a swimming club, these communal workout areas in the park, if you go there regular, you're going to become a scene face, and you're going to start talking to people naturally, and people will speak to you, and you know, friendships can come out of that. So that's one way to do it. Golf is huge in Thailand. It doesn't matter if you're not very good at playing golf. There's always people who are looking to make up the numbers. Okay, so if you are a golfer and you come out here, especially towns like Hua Hin and Pattaya, they're very big golf towns. They have some fantastic golf courses. I mean, when I go down to Pattaya occasionally now, I'll go to the Golden Ferret, and they have a golf club there. That's a restaurant, the Golden Ferret. Very good, by the way. And every time I go down there, the back tables are all reserved because all these retired guys are going to go off and play golf, and they reserve them tables because they come in and have their breakfast first, or they'll come in and have their lunch, and there's a whole bunch of them, and I've seen them many times there. So that's a great way to meet people looking into golf. You look for expat clubs as well. Most cities have groups that meet for breakfast, lunch, or coffee. These are focused on socializing and not drinking. It's all online as well, isn't it? And there's a lot of hobby groups as well, especially again in major towns here in Thailand. Photography, motorbikes, cycling, fishing, chess. They have all these groups here, and one of the best ways to find them is on social media. When you're here, you get onto Facebook and you search, I don't know, chess club or what was the other one I was like, cycling clubs. A lot of cycling clubs. Cycling's big here in the parks in Bangkok. You go onto those groups here in I was going to say Bangkok, but wherever you are, and you know, you can write to the group. The person who runs it and say you'd like to come along on a race, on a run on a bike or whatever, and they're open, you know, they're not stuck up. They're not going to say no, you can't come. Another great way to meet people. Beach town activities. So if you're in somewhere like Jomtien, which is very, very nice, you've got paddleboarding, diving, sailing, water sports. That all brings people together. Any kind of club, you know, if you join a diving club, you're going to meet some great guys, aren't you? You might meet one or two of them that aren't so great, but it's a good way to meet people. The other way that's pretty good, if you're at a loose end and you don't, you shouldn't be working here if you're on a retirement visa, by the way. Voluntary groups are very, very good. A good way to meet people. Now they have some good charities and voluntary groups out here. For instance, Rescue Dogs. There's a couple in Pattaya. They have them in Bangkok. Charities, you know, there's various charities. I'm not an expert on all these charities, but again, they're all online. And if you search wherever you live, if you search online local charities and you contact the people that run those charities, they're always looking for people to assist. I know there's a charity not far from here who make 20 kilos of rice and vegetables, and they give it out to poor people. You know, there's always something to get involved in. Mixing with Thai people. Now you might think, oh, that's going to be a bit hard. I don't speak Thai. Actually, it's not. It's easier than you think. And if you do make the effort to speak a little bit of Thai, you don't need to be fluent in Thai. I'm certainly not fluent, but I'm at a good level now. But even if you can just greet somebody in Thai, you know, say hello, thank you for having me here, whatever it is, it's actually quite easy. And the way you meet Thai people, there's a lot of festivals in Thailand. There's a lot of things that go on at the temples, and a lot of the time, the public are welcome to come along and get involved. A typical example of that was about a year ago, maybe not quite a year, maybe 7-8 months ago, Wat Arun, which is on the river, the Chao Pao River. They had a big volunteer cleaning day. So several hundred people went along there. They got their mops and their buckets out, and there were a lot of younger foreigners there, great to see. And that was an activity the whole community got involved in. So, you know, you look for this kind of thing online, you just turn up, and you can meet, you know, genuine people like yourself. And, you know, there's other activities. Like somebody once invited me on an e-scooter tour of the city. It was great. I made a video about it. It didn't do well, but it was good. And I met some nice people on there. There was about 8 of us in this group, a motorcycle in the front, motorcycle in the back, scooter. And we went around Chinatown and some of the back streets. And I got to know several of the guys there. Anything like that is a good way to meet people. Language schools. Now, you might want to learn Thai and you might go to a language school, but what you got to remember, if you go once or twice a week to a language school, and there's other foreigners there and other nationalities, and they're doing the same as you, they're actually having lessons twice a week. Well, it's only common sense. You're going to be seeing the same people once or twice a week for a long time, and there's going to be people in that group that are going to become friends, and you can say, hey, let's grab a meal after this, or whatever, you know. So that language schools are a good way. Coffee shops also here in Thailand now. I'm not talking about just Starbucks. I mean, there's a lot of independent coffee shops have sprung up now. They have guys who'll go in there with their laptops, they'll spend a few hours in there, and you go around to different coffee shops. They have workspaces for people to come in, drink coffee or tea, herbal tea, whatever you fancy, and they'll have an area set aside for you to work, a communal area. And, you know, you go and take your laptop in there and you do whatever you got to do for a couple of hours every day. When you find the right one, you'll meet people. It's a great way to meet people. And, you know, some people have become great friends. Cooking classes, that's another fun way to learn about Thai food while chatting with people in a relaxed environment. Now, learning to cook Thai food is actually a lot of fun. I learned to cook some Thai food, not very much. I didn't stick at it very long because I don't have a lot of time because of YouTube. But I did do a little bit, and it is fun, and you do meet the same people. And it's also on this subject, everything I'm telling you, you know, there's a lot of guys who'll come out here and say, listen, I'm not into the bar scene, but I'm open to a relationship. I'm divorced, or my wife died a few years ago. I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and it seems a lot of these guys meet girls in go-go bars and regular bars and, you know, places like Soy Cowboy, and I'm not that type of guy, but I'm open to a relationship, you know. And then they'll try some of the dating sites where they're not bad. I know I'm going a little bit off subject, but I'll come back to what we're talking about today. And so another benefit of doing these kind of activities, a lot of these clubs and get-togethers will have decent Thai women who go to them. Maybe some of the Thai women have had foreign boyfriends in the past, who have gone back to their own country, and they speak a good level of English, but you'll get to know that. If you go to a, you know, some kind of a club, a photography club or something, and there's some Thai women in there, and you get talking to them, and you can, you know, kind of feel them out, as it were. And who knows, that's a great way to meet some decent Thai women. And there is a lot of decent Thai women in Thailand. It's a farce. The guys who come over here and think you can grab every Thai woman is available for a price. It's such a nonsense. It really is. There's a lot of good, respectable Thai women here, and they're open to relationships with foreigners as well. So this is another benefit of these clubs. Yoga classes. I know somebody who goes to a yoga class, or Thai boxing classes. Again, these are something you would do every week, and it's a good way to meet people, and Thai people as well. Okay, so I've just a couple of notes I put here before I end this one. I put mindset matters. Don't sit at home and wait for friends to appear, because they're not going to appear. Okay, you need to be the one to say hello first. You need to make the effort. You might wake up, have a cup of coffee and some toast, and think, you know what, I can't be bothered, and you sink into this kind of semi-depression. That's when you should get yourself in that shower, put some clothes on, get out there and just have a walk around the mall, go and drink a coffee, see if you can meet some people. You know, people are much more approachable here in Thailand. I don't know why. Expats, if I'm in the UK, it's very difficult to meet new friends because people are not open, they're a little bit closed. But here in Thailand, we're all in the same kind of boat, you know, we're expats living out here, and people are more susceptible to saying hello and making friends. And you know, I've met people in the park, but that's through YouTube, of course. Build a network, not one best friend. Some people will become close, others just acquaintances, and that's fine. Over time, you'll find your circle. Now, the good news is, once you build up one or two, maybe three friends, they'll start introducing you to other people, okay? And your circle of friends will eventually grow. That's pretty much it, really. I'm looking for another bullet point. But what I will say to you is, yeah, it can be a real problem here. People have made, this video is more about people who don't drink in bars and they want to make friends, okay? But I also wanted to add in, if you haven't been here before, you need to prepare yourself. If you're coming out here as an expat, you know, as I say, the first 3 to 6 months, it will be amazing. It will be, you know, long term, it's amazing as well. You've got great weather, you've got great food, the people are nice, you can travel, it's cheap. But it's that first 3 or 6 months, you've been coming out here for holiday, vacation for a couple of weeks, and it's all glitzy when you come out here again. It's all new to you. You know, you've got your apartment, you have to go to the various malls and buy your big screen TV and all your bits and pieces. And then eventually you settle down, and depression and loneliness can be, it can be a problem for some people out here in Thailand. I've seen it with my own eyes, and it's something you really need to think about before you come out here. Now, As always, I'm not trying to make a scare tactics video, you know, something to scare you where you're going to, oh, maybe I shouldn't go to Thailand. As I said, it's a great place. I've been out here for 3 years now. It's been fantastic. I've had my ups and downs. There's been times when I've woke up, I didn't want to get out of bed because I just felt nothing, you know. There's been times where I've been sat on my sofa there at 6 in the evening. I'm not a bars person anymore now, where I've just, you know, I've just felt down. But that's human nature. That's everybody, isn't it? Okay, that's about it. Rambling on as always. I plan to do more of these kitchen videos. As I said at the beginning of the upload, people seem to like information. You know, there's a lot of vloggers out there who make, I've done it myself, you know, make videos on shopping malls and trains and different cities around, not cities, different destinations around Thailand, and that's all well and good. But there are guys of my age group who are thinking about coming out here, who want this information. So if you like these style of videos and you can think of a subject you'd like me to talk about, let me know, and that might very well be a good subject to do a video similar to this one, right? If you like the video and you like what I do, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It doesn't cost you anything. If you'd like to buy me a beer or a coffee, there is a link in the description. But other than that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you with another video real soon. And if you are coming to Thailand, don't worry, it is all good. Just there's certain things you need to take into account before you arrive here, okay? Thanks again for watching. If I've left anything out or you've got any questions, put them in the description below and I'll answer you. I do answer all my emails and messages. Okay, thanks for watching and I'll see you real soon.